Namaskar. Really, it is my great privilege to be here on this occasion. Uh, I am next. I am privileged to have been asked to on this occasion regarding Kanha, which is one of the finest protected area in our country. More than 12 years, more than 11 years, I was in Kanha, managing Kanha habitat and its wildlife. More than 5 years as deputy director and 6 years as field director. Of course, I feel when I think those 11 years in Kanha was the best period of my life as forester. I am fortunate to have been a part of the team which is so dedicated, hard-working. And the team is really highly motivated to carry out wide range of management practices. Whenever I recall those years, I become extremely nostalgic and feel a sense of fulfillment that in small measure I could contribute something to the making of this remarkable tiger reserve. Kanha is regarded as one of the best examples of in situ conservation in the country, spread over in the Manland Balaghat district of Madhya Pradesh. It has now emerged as an institution that has to offer so many things for the other protected area. Next. Kanha Tiger Reserve, up to 1933, it was a shooting block. In 1933, it declared sanctuary, elevated to National Park 1955, and to Tiger River, it was declared Tiger Reserve 1973. Critical zone, critical area, of course, core, initially it was 940 square kilometer, now it has been reduced to 917.43 square kilometer, buffer zone, multiple area, that is 1134 square kilometer. Next. All dedicated conservation practices in the tiger reserve resulted in protecting, stabilizing, and increasing a large number of wildlife in terms of carnivore or herbivore. Special emphasis was given to the conservation of endangered Barasinga and tiger. Next. Just I am coming to state the few notable best management practices. First, regarding the restore of Barasinga population. In 1966, in 1970, there were only 66 Barasinga. Now it is around more than 1100. That is really, I think it is relatively, we have already reached to a safe position. How that we have reached, that was a very pertinent question to say and to tell those young officers. I did my PhD in Barasinga habitat management, and I knew what are the requirements of Barasinga. Accordingly, we tried our best to give the different type of input as per the requirement of Barasinga. Therefore, now it has almost reached more than 11. In spite of that, we are nearly 78 Barasinga we have given to other sites also. Next, regarding village relocation, that is a very unique practice in Kanha that we started. Mr. H.S. Power, I can say he was the godfather of our tiger reserve. In 1969-70, he started the village relocation. To our great achievement, you can say, up to 1969, Barasinga was not using that some village, that relocated site, but in next year they were using at the breeding site. So till today, we have Kanha management have already relocated 37 villages. Unified control of the tiger field area, that is a very important aspect. Though in Odisha that is not being done, I have advocated many times in different occasions. Initially up to 1995, 4 buffer zone was managed by 4 DFOs. They were not under the control of field director. But in 1995, a buffer zone was created and put a deputy director buffer. Then ultimately that was come under the umbrella of field director. So they have frequently visited the buffer area and also talk to the people very frequently, that they got a chance to talk to the people. Continuity of vision is due to long term. This is very important aspects of so far as Kanha is concerned. The deputy director, the sincere deputy director, they are became the field director. Most of them, they have served the Kanha Tiger Reserve more than 10 years. That project I was declared in 1973, and in 2001 I was the 5th director. Of course, before that I was also deputy director. During the due to this long tenure, the vision was slowly, you can say slowly and steadily, we try to implement what was the past and what is the present, what is going to the future. What I was thinking, what will be the Kanha in the hands of, who will be managing Kanha after 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years. I was thinking while I was a field director, I tried to do something, but ultimately that, to some extent, that was also workable, but ultimately that was not workable. Healthcare, that was a very important aspect of Kanha management. We have a very good hospital. We used to have health camps. Very interestingly, we used to invite doctors from Bombay, from Jabalpur, from Nagpur to this our health camp, and they not only they used to give a free services, of course. They not only our staff and also villagers, they used to show the actually doctors from those who are coming from Bombay and Nagpur and Jabalpur. And protection so far as in Kanha management, that is our backbone. So many new sorts, so many things we have implemented. Starting from, we are very focused approach patrolling, night stay in the camp with the senior, even while I was CCF, I used to stay in the forest guards camp. And I used to do a lot of also night patrolling on foot also. I can say, while regarding this monsoon patrolling, that was coined by me in 1991 while I was deputy director. Till today, we are doing all monsoon patrolling. That is very effective, because at that time it is very inaccessible by the staff. Next. Before that, just I could tell one thing, and that is not written here, regarding the Vikas Nidhi that was created in Kanha. Main purpose of Vikas Nidhi, because we may not get sufficient fund from government for different activities for the different management purpose for wildlife. So initially we created Vikas Nidhi fund for that purpose. But again, I try to modify it, I try to convince my government while I was, of course, field director in 2023. At that time, I requested government, this Vikas Nidhi, that is Vikas Nidhi means that is from the gate money, that tourist money we are getting from the gate. That money, that is not your money. That is the money of villagers whose rights and concessions have been taken away. We have to give something to them out of this money also. Initially, I started at that time a three-pronged approach. That was 15,000 per village in those who are in shifted village, 10,000 for forest village. We have some forest village system in MP, and 5,000 only to the revenue village. Afterwards, it was of course changed the style, and they distributed that money to all the families equally as per proportionately. And can you imagine, now last year the income was 12.51 crore, and out of that 4 crore 12 lakh was given to the eco samitis. That is coming around 3 lakh. I started with 5,000. Now it is coming to 3 lakh per year to those poor villagers. Now regarding the grassland management, of course grassland management, that is very unique thing. Without that, because we got at that time, while I was there at that time it was 7.7%. Now it is coming to 11%. How that has come? Because we got some relocation of village. Therefore we got nearly 11%. That what I have seen in 1989 while I was deputy director. That when of course recently I was also going, and I will be going in the next month also. The grass composition has changed a lot. Some unpalatable grasses has come up. Some even woody trees are also occupied the habitat. In all those things, all those things, and we are trying to manage the different way as per the compaction rate. But as per HS Power, he in his paper he wrote 3 reasons for that regarding the degradation of meadow, particularly Kana meadow. That one of them was of course fire, one is compaction, and pressure was there. But still then we try to implement those things in differently to different compaction zone. Then regarding tiger rearing zone, tiger rearing and really this is a very good thing that we have done in 2005. One female was killed by a male tiger that was having 3 tiger cubs at maybe around 23 to 25 days only. And at that time, of course, initially I thought to how to rewild them. Can I send them back to the wild? I thought at that time, but nobody supported me at that time. Still then, I was thinking in my own way and tried to have something to how to rewild them. I made some enclosure, very good enclosure of 11 hectare in core zone and out peripheral, that is around 35 acres. So that way, that was very helpful for the training, and without the help of mother, they learned hunting technique. That was very useful. Till today, nearly 10 tiger cubs have been trained in that enclosure, and they have been back to the wild. And those two, in the first two, there were 3, one male or 2 female, and both of them, they were actually transferred to Panna. There, of course, presently both of them are not there, but still then they are having, having 5 liters and 7 tigress cubs are there, still then surviving in that Panna. Translocation of goat, that is a very important aspect. In 1995, the Gaur population that was 0 at Bandhavgarh. Then we are very successful. Our transport 50, and out of 50 now they are 150. Translocation of Barasingha, that is a very interesting thing. We have translocated to Satpura Tiger Reserve. They are doing very well, and of course I did the study there. So far how suitability of suitability index of habitat for Barasingha at Satpura. That was a very interesting, and I think due to that study and that population, we have already translocated to them nearly 70. Now they are 170 Barasinga are there. Reintroduction of Barasinga, sorry, black book. Of course, that was not scientific. I didn't agree that done in 2011 and 12. But without making any study, they did it. But that was not in a good condition because habitat was not there at that time. And we didn't exactly the way Mr. L.K. Singh was, without making study, why they actually they didn't exist in 2004. Then why then it was required without knowing the causes? Again we introduced, but the actually progress is not that much convincing. Next.
Can you conclude, please?
Okay, next only two. Argument cheater, we have some, there are some underutilized areas, and we have taken permission to augment the cheater where cheater population is not there. We took, management took permission for 15,000. Till then, now nearly 1,300 cheaters have been shifted to different places. And regarding livelihood, this is very important aspect because the people, those who are staying are in the 150 villages are there. And because for them only we reached, Kana is like this. But therefore, livelihood initiative was taken by the management regarding the vehicle driving training, hospital training, machine stitching and embroidery, training for women, and cooking and bakery, 12, computer English speaking, and 8. Play school, this is very important. We have created in Mukhi, and that is from nursery to class 1. Nearly 20 lakh rupees we are spending on that school, and government is not spending a single pie for this school. Yeah, we are getting from NGOs and companies and running this school. That is coming up very well, and we have a bus. And I think let us hope this conservation heritage would keep entertaining, educating, and inspiring the prosperity. Thank you. Next. Any question?
Thank you very much. I think Kana is one of the very well managed parks, and one of the input which you hear now is the continuity of the management. So a person